All right, this is Rudy Speech, man. We got Captain Taiwan in the building. Yeah. So, Cap, man, let us know where you from.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me, man. Rudy Speech, man.
One West vetted,
Let's
one
stay.
West
I'll break it down right quick.
don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I finish, one West when I start. Big shine, big glow. I be gone till November, let my bitch know. I'm back by the winter, bubbling like Crisco. I need my pockets all swollen like a lymph node. Talking out the side of your neck, get you a slit throat. I stay broke, don't care if I got $1 million. Looking down on me, I put your brain on the ceiling, fuck kicking down the door. We bout to demo the building. Fake cats all in these groups. I wonder who ya shoot ya off your pulpit. Hallelujah. 4-pound gun youngin' down like it's a cougar. On my feet, combat boots or is it boomer? Words spreading around about me, none of it rumor. All truth, very big facts, very large caliber on very small gaps. Compact pistols, ladders, and all that. About to throw the switch in the Nina for rapid fire. Got the 5.7 equipped with the magnifier. Boom shakalaka equipped with the rim rocker. We ain't really got beef, yeah, Ramak would have been shot you. The best rhymer since Pac and Big Papa. Big llama, big juice, I'm Big Jamba. For the tank of gas, I ride like a big timer. No informer, no sweat, not inside of my conglomerate wreck like King Kong. No Asian pun me, no drama. Man, calm through our pain that bring drama. Stay focused on things that bring karma. Took all pressure, applied and made diamonds. Stayed true, kept shit pure, my name honored. Paid all dues and debts and kept promise. Make sure you show respect, pay homage. That I'm one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I said I've been one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I'm the hottest on the market, don't make me start it. I'ma pull up in a Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I remember days was trapping out the apartment. Now one West put me up in a starship. About to fly the friendly skies in this bitch. Spit the truth on the corners, I lie a little bit. I'm a stand-up nigga, I die before I switch. Down, no we up, I'm cool with who I with. I'ma be war the king and stay dangerous. Hold down the biz and fam, remain blameless. Now rappers drippy with style we made famous. First with studs and spikes in any city. Designing charge a stack for shit that can't fit me. Had friends on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith, hey, y'all know they the pink it. Both ball heads, my grain a $1.50. Lost my man to the game, that pain that stuck with me. Had to find a cheat code to the street though, cause the niggas getting fouled, shoot you like a free throw. Keep spitting acid like a Mino, and the nigga be the nicest with a mean flow. Try to ride my wave, you gon' need a speedboat. I'm hot like 100 degrees in a peacoat. Scarf in the sweater, I embark every letter. It's UPK, not a park, but together. Homie, I've been one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West when I start. One West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West.
Yeah. All right. Let me see here. Let me stop sharing this real quick. Bring this on real quick. All right, here we go. Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, back in 1969. We are under Commanding General Yohana. This is Priest and Officer Kazak Damar, ISUPK, Jacksonville, Florida, right here in Argyle Library. We starting a little early tonight. I'm gonna pass the live over to Nashak at about 8. So y'all make sure y'all get it in. You have any questions? Hold on, let me get this thing squared away. fix my cap. If you have any questions, make sure you get with me. You know what I'm saying? Now. Get with me now. All right. Broadcasting now on the ISUPK Florida YouTube page and also on the ISUPK Duval YouTube page right now on Bigo Live as well. Shalom, what's going on, Bigo? Y'all got any questions? Make sure y'all hit me up. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna get to it. I ain't gonna wait. If anybody got some questions, go ahead because I do got a topic I want to get to right away. It's about death, right? And this is something that a lot of people don't want to talk about. And the reason why is because this is a subject, it's a touchy subject for people, especially people who are not in the truth, because they don't really understand what's going on. All you know is, you lost somebody, or you just all you know is you miss them people. Nobody ever wants to lose anybody. And the thing about life is you're going to lose somebody at some point or another. It's good to make sure we know how to deal with this thing, or else you can be stuck in a place of darkness for a long time. You may or may not even be able to bounce back from it. I've seen a lot of people that had somebody that died that was close to them, and they never were able to get their life back in order. They was never able to come back and be the people who the Lord wanted them to be, based on, them having to deal with mourning and not properly understanding how to deal with it. So today we'll go through some scriptures. I'll show you that. I'll start at Hebrews chapter 5 and 12, which is where I start at majority of the time. This was called the milk class, right? Hebrews chapter 5 and 12. Let me read it. It says, "For when at time you ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God, and have become such as need of milk and not of strong meat." So there's a time that has come. See, when he said that this time was coming, and he prophesied this thing, that there was going to be a time where you ought to be teachers, but you have need that one teach you again. Why would you have need that somebody teach you again? Because the things that you've learned, that people have taught you about God, about Yahweh Jesus, about the Bible, about how you should treat people, about the things that are good and the things that are bad, they was all lies. In the Bible, it says, "Woe to them that call good evil and evil good, that make darkness light and light darkness." That's all we done had done to us our whole entire lives. We've been told one thing about how we should treat God and how we should treat people and how we should look at this thing, and it never manifested in anything that really came about. You get what I'm saying? So now we're in a position now where we're supposed to know something about God and be able to teach our people, and we don't know nothing. Now like Christ said, you have to become as babes. If you can't become as babes, right, you can't get into the kingdom of heaven. This is what Yahweh Shah said. So if you know anything about that, hold on, wait a minute. Let me make sure this thing is right. Let me make sure this thing is right before I keep going. Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. So anyways, as long as you got that, we good to go. Like I said, if you got any questions, make sure shalom to the brothers and sisters. Yah Bashim Sharagatham, Yahweh Shamar Latah Bashim Yahushua. Let's get it. All right, so dealing with death, right? One thing we know in the truth is that the people that we lose, this thing is physical, and life is spiritual and death is spiritual. This is God's business. Nobody can control life or death. If we could, then we would live forever and everybody we love would live forever. But life don't really work like that. You know what I'm saying? We don't know when we're going to leave here. Well, let's start with what happens when you leave here. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 1. Ecclesiastes 1. I'm gonna go into a little bit of this. I might put this at the end of the class just because I want to deal with something else. However, we got to lay some groundwork about life and death that a lot of people don't know when it comes to death. Right? Let me see if I can change the name of this. See if I can change the name of this. No, that ain't it. Here we go. Hold on 1 second. All right, I'm gonna just leave it like that. I'm gonna leave it like that. You know what? I ain't gonna even mess with it. All right. So, anyways, if we go to Ecclesiastes chapter 1, let's get this script real quick. And verse 9, I believe that's what it is. Ecclesiastes 1:9 says, "The thing that have been is that which shall be, and the thing which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun." Now, there's a lot of people when they see that there's no new thing under the sun, they might try to say you're talking about an iPhone or you talking about a brand new Tesla or whatever. That's not what it's talking about. It's a cycle that's in life. You're born, you get older, you gain wisdom, you grow up, you become a man or a woman, you have children, they born, they create that cycle, you die, right? This cycle has been going on. I don't know if y'all ever seen it. I might try to share it a little bit, but if you ever seen a potato, right, when it's getting ready to rot, if you just let that thing sit out, sprouts will start growing out where before it dies, it's creating a new potato. This is the cycle of life, basically, right? So when it's talking about this, it's talking about this whole thing, the thing that have been, the thing which is done is the thing which shall be done. There's no new thing under the sun. Is there anything where it might be said, see, this is new. It have been already of old time, which was before us, right? There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come and those that shall come after. So now this is talking about something, a thing that has always been and a thing that will be and a thing that is nothing new about it under the sun. What thing is this talking about? Because I know for sure they just came out with a new car. They just came out with a new phone. They just came out with new this, new that. Hell, your woman could go get a new part put on her. That's not what this thing is talking about. This is talking about life. If you go to Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 10, it says, that which have been is named already. So this thing that has been, that will be, right? You see, it said that in Ecclesiastes 1. It said, the thing that have been is that which shall be. Now, when you go to the same book, a different chapter, chapter 6, verse 10, it says, the thing which have been is named already, and it is known that it is man. Now, this is important. The thing that have been is known already, and it is known that it is man. Hey, Nishak, you want to come up?
Shalom Khan.
Hey, Shalom, Yabashim Shabakatah.
Shalom.
Yeah, so I had jumped in. You know, this library closes at 8. I'll probably pass it to you. I just jumped right into the topic. Salaki. What we talking about, right, is death. Something nobody like to talk about. How you deal with that? It's still hurting, the truth. It's still, nobody still don't want to lose nobody, right? So it got me thinking, you know what I'm saying? As a brother I spoke with, a brother in the school said he was dealing with, you know, somebody passed in his family, and it was kind of hard for him. Then we turned around and we lost the trooper, right? Then my rib lost somebody, her brother, very close close family member to her, right? Then my brother called me last night. Brother in the school said he lost his pops. He just got news that he lost his pops. So how do we deal with this? Nobody ain't teaching on this. You know what I'm saying? You get your answers from the men of God and the ISUPK and the commanding general Yohana. This is in the Bible. Everything. How to deal with your woman, how to deal with death, how to deal with life, how to deal with a thief, how to deal with everything. It's all in the Bible. But this is one of them don't nobody really want to touch because it's such a hard matter. It hurts people to have to deal with death. But here's the crazy part about it. Every last one of us gonna lose somebody, and somebody gonna lose us. You have to know how to continue to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do in life, because there's so many people that never properly understand how to deal with death, and they never bounce back from losing somebody that's close to them. They never bounce back. So where I started at was in Ecclesiastes chapter 1, where it was talking about the thing that there's a thing. So like, let me read it again. Good night. Thought I had it. It says the thing that have been is the thing that shall be, and there's no new thing under the sun. Then I went to Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 10. Is that thing that have been is named already, and it is known that it is man. Neither may he contend with him that is mightier than him. So this thing ain't up to you. When you leave here, ain't up to. I know you think you could figure it out, but this thing right here ain't up to you. This is the Most High's business, right? So I'm gonna read this last one. I don't want to deal with the whole coming back thing to after we've established some groundwork on how to properly mourn someone when you lose somebody, because there's a way to do it. There's a way not to do it, right? You know, we want to turn them into angels and gods and goddesses and put wings on them, and you know what I'm saying, etch them in stone and blow them up and make their name, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a way to do it. But at the same time, you could be turning them into an idol.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me go to the next one real quick. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 12. Show you what happens when you die in the Bible. When someone dies, there's two things that's happening. One thing is physical, and the other is spiritual. What we always concentrate on is that physical thing that happens because we want to talk to them. We want to see them. We want to chill with them. We want to go somewhere with them. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is there's something more deeper that's happening that you don't, that other part that you don't see, right? So Ecclesiastes 12:7. Let me know. I'm not looking at the screen. Let me know when we get another officer or a trooper in here. I'm going to just run through them. Ecclesiastes 12:7. It says, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. Right? So the dust is the part that you see, your physical body. When that part dies, they return it back to the earth, whether they burn it, whether they put it in the ground, whatever they do, back to the earth. Right? And it doesn't do anything anymore. It's no life in it. There is no spirit. Well, where does that spirit go? That spirit goes back to the Most High, who returns to who gave it in the first place.
Right.
And what does the Most High do with that? Of course, he chooses to send that back, keeps that spirit with him, and uses it as he see fit. Now, if you think I'm lying, this is Psalms 104, chapter 29 and 30, and then I'll go into mourning, how to properly mourn. We'll get to that. All right. Psalms 104, chapter 29. You want to read it for me,
Psalm chapter 104, verse 29. The book of Psalms, chapter 104, verse 29. Thou hidest thy face. They are troubled. Thou takest the
hold
word.
on. Let me see. They say I don't see the link. The link ain't in there. Let me see. Hold on. Let me re-invite people. I definitely put it in there. Hold on. Is it in there?
It's there now. It was already there.
All right. I had put it in there a little earlier.
It was there.
Maybe it was a little bit far up. I don't know. All right, cool. Got it. Hey, shalom, Sister Kawanaya. Good to see you, sis. Go ahead and read it again up.
Colonel Khan, the book of Psalms, chapter 104, verse 29. Thou hidest thy face.
Mm-hmm.
They are troubled. Thou takest away their breath. They die and return to their dust. Thou sendest forth thy spirit. They are created. And thou renewest the face of the earth.
So, do you see how it said in Ecclesiastes 12:7, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. There was two things going on, the physical and the spiritual. So now in Psalms, he breaking this thing down even more. Thou hidest thy face, meaning the Lord is turning his face. Remember when Yahushua was dying on the cross, he said, Father, Father, why have thou forsaken me? Right? Felt like the Lord was turning his face from him because he, with the Most High, there's life, right? There's truth. They hide at thy face. They are troubled because they know what's going on. Thou taketh away their breath. They die, right? And return to their dust. Remember? Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was. Thou sendeth forth thy spirit. So now they're dead. The spirit goes back to God who gave it. He sendeth forth that spirit. They are created. And thou renewest the face of the earth. That means he takes that same spirit that went back to him, right? As it says in Ecclesiastes 12:7, and he uses it to renew the face of the earth. If you read verse 31, it says, the glory of the Most High shall endure forever. The Lord shall rejoice in his works. So this thing is no different. Something has to die for you to live. Y'all know this, right? Some got to die for you to live. I mean, it don't matter if it's a animal or a plant. We just talk about eating food now. Some gotta go for you to survive, for you to live. So this is the thing. This is the cycle of life. You're born, you die. You're born, you die, right? And that spirit could have been here as many times, but of course, we read at the beginning, there is no remembrance of things, of former things, or things to come. All right, so you don't know what you're going to be. You don't know what it is. Now, last time I did this, somebody asked the question, does the Most High judge the spirit before sending it back to the earth? That was the question that I was asked, Nishak. What's the answer to that? Anybody up here?
So like what does the Most High judge the spirit before he sent it back to the earth?
Sending it back to the earth. Yes, that's correct.
La.
The answer is no. The Most High does not judge the spirit before sending it back to the earth. That's a surprise, right? Because in the Bible, it says, as we know, it's appointed to a man to die once. And after that, the judgment. Mm-hmm. So how are we sitting here saying that the Most High does not judge that spirit before he sends it back to the earth? Anybody know the precept to answer this besides Nishak? Akaj, you there? Trooper Akaj, hold on, let me see. Hold on one second. Akaj, you there?
Colonel Khan, can you hear me, sir?
Loud and clear. Shalom, I got Trooper Mashab. Either one of y'all know Okay, so the question is, what we're talking about today is death and dealing with death and the truth. It's a hard thing. You lose somebody, you know what I'm saying? Now we breaking down death. So we went through the whole thing about him sending the spirit back within the earth. What you die, your hey shalom, shalom, y'all. You die, your flesh goes back into the earth, your spirit goes back to the Most High who gave it, right? The question that I was asked last time I taught this was, does the Most High judge that spirit before sending it back? Right? The answer is no. He does not judge that spirit. Now, what do we do with that? Because we know that the scripture said is appointed to a man once to die, and after that the judgment. But here I am sitting here telling you that he does not judge that spirit before sending that spirit back on the earth. Does anybody know the precept for that? Anybody know the precept? You ain't got to know it.
Salaki, sir.
You're going to learn today. You're going to learn today. All right, so since we at Ecclesiastes, anybody last time? All right, I'm going to move on. Ecclesiastes, we're going to stay in Ecclesiastes. Go back to Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 16. Somebody read that for me. Ecclesiastes 3 and 16. Who said I got it?
I got it, sir.
Nah. I was waiting on the troopers, brother. We got troopers. Let the troopers read.
I got it, sir.
Yeah, that's why they was getting on me in the chat. Like, yo, send that thing so I can read.
Right.
Go ahead, Go ahead, Michelle.
Chapter 3, sir, or chapter 2?
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 16. Tree, man. Tree. All three of y'all. Tree.
Okay.
Three.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 16.
Yeah.
And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment.
Stop right there.
That wickedness.
Moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. See that? Now we know it's appointed to a man once to die, and after that the judgment. So let's see where this judgment is taking place at. Moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. What is under the sun? It's a rhetorical question. You go outside, you look up, you see the sun. So that means the sun is above the earth. So what is up under the sun on the earth? And moreover, I saw under the sun on the earth the place of judgment. Finish it up.
That the wickedness was there.
There was wickedness on the earth. There was wickedness up under the sun. Right? I saw up under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there. Keep going.
And the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
And the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. So there was iniquity in the place of righteousness. Now, how? Where would you see righteousness? Look, you know how they got this view of what heaven and hell is, and then if you die, you either go up to heaven or you go down to hell, and then it's all separated. But yet, when you see in the vision of Abraham's bosom, they had a big ways, but they could see each other, one going through hell and one in heaven. Right? It's crazy how that happened. Now he's saying this particular place of judgment is under the sun on the earth, and iniquity is there, and righteousness is all in the same place. Now, I know you're wondering how this is possible, but right now, when you walk outside your door, you see iniquity, right? If you're around brothers and sisters in the truth, you see righteousness. You see the men, you see people of God, and you see people who are not of God in the same place up under the sun. You understand, right? I saw under the sun the place of judgment, right? And then I saw that's on the earth. That wickedness was there. and the place of righteousness that iniquity is there. So there's no place under the sun, right, where righteousness and iniquity is not. On the earth, they both exist. So this is saying that the place of judgment is right here on the earth. If you don't believe me, let's go to John chapter 9 real quick. John chapter 9 and 1, and then we'll get back to mourning the dead. Shalom to everybody on Bigo. For everybody who just popped in, what we talking about today is mourning the dead. Dealing with death. It's a hard damn thing, even when you in the truth. We're going to talk about what the Bible says about how to deal with death. And, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to give you some tools that you can use to kind of make sure you don't stay in a dark place for way too long. All right. Go ahead. You want that's Trooper Kaz?
Colonel Kaz, you said John chapter 9 verse 2?
John chapter 9 and verse 1. You can read verse 1. Start there.
Colonel Kaz, John chapter 9 verse 1. Now as Jesus passed by, he saw a man who was blind from birth.
So now keep in mind, now this is Yahushua and the disciples. They walking by and they see a man that was blind from when? From what? How long was he blind?
From birth.
From birth. From his birth. From the time he was born, he's been blind. Go ahead to verse 2.
Colonel Khan and his disciples asked him, saying, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?
Now, how in the world does this question make any sense? Do this make any sense? The disciples asked Yahushua, saying, Master, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Now, if you just take his parents part, remember, it says God is forgiving of sins, right? But he will put the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generation. It also says in Deuteronomy 30 and 9 that I presented to you life and death, help, blessings and curses. Therefore, choose life that thou and thy seed may live. So we know that the sins of the parents can go to the children, the punishment, and your parents can get rewards that even the children partake in, right? So we already know that. But the other part, it don't make no sense unless you understand what's really going on. The place of judgment would have to be on the earth, like we just read in Ecclesiastes 3:16. It would have to be. They said, Master, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? So how would he sin? If he was born, how could he sin? Go ahead.
I believe that his parents or his they did something that caused him to be blind because they sinned.
That's the question they asking, but they asked another question too, Akaz. They said, who sinned, him or his parents? How could he sin before he was born? Anybody know?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
A past life that he had, reincarnation.
The place of judgment is on the earth. The place of judgment. So they saying, was this man being punished for something he did on the earth, and he being judged now for something he did there? Now, it is appointed to a man once to die, and after that, the judgment, right? Yahushua didn't say it wasn't possible for him to sin. He was born blind. Yahushua answered, said, neither have this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of God should be made manifest. So his answer told you that it wasn't no stupid question that they was asking. It wasn't impossible for him to sin prior to him being born, right? That's why the Lord deals with people to the third and fourth generation, because you are your ancestors. You are your ancestors. You are the sons of Jacob. You are looked at as Jacob and Judah and Levi. That's why you called by your tribe. That's your ancestor. You could tell an Ephraimite. Then they go back to something Ephraimites did in the past or were prophesied to do. Y'all get that, right?
Come.
All right. So anyways, now that we got the foundation of what happens when you die, right? Body goes back to the earth, spirit goes back to God who gave it in the first place. Ecclesiastes chapter 7. Let's go and get into this Bible about what's going on with this thing that we call death here. What does the Bible have to say about it? How should we treat it? What should we do in the time where we lose somebody we love? What should we do? Somebody got it? Ecclesiastes chapter 7. We've been all in Ecclesiastes.
So like I said, what verse?
What verse? What verse? Verse 1. Let's go to verse 1.
Khan. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 1. A good name is better than precious ornament.
Stop right there. Stop right there. A good name is better than precious ointment. Let me tell y'all something. This talk about value. This is talking about value. Now, y'all ever heard somebody outside of the truth be like, I don't care what people think about me? What they say, they don't pay my bills, they don't do. All right. Because nobody cares what people think outside of the truth. Now, in the truth, your reputation is everything. Your reputation it can get you something or it can stop you from getting something. And it's like that with the Most High. Why you think we praying to him in the name of Yahweh Shai? Because Yahweh Shai's reputation is better than mine. Just do it for your son. Do it for the good one. Don't do it based on nothing I've done, because I don't deserve nothing. Right? You think you deserve something? Oh, what did you do? You know what I'm saying, for the Most High to make you deserve anything? Y'all get what I'm saying, right? In the truth, you are your reputation. If I start talking about Nashak, we'll be here all night. Nashak, didn't you just come back from Puerto Rico doing the work of the Lord in Puerto Rico? Y'all getting a shock ahead, man, down there doing the work of the Lord in Puerto Rico. Nashak was with me 2 weeks ago, I believe, in Orlando. Wasn't you with me then?
Come.
What was you doing in Orlando? It was classic weekend. You know, some hoes down there, Nashak, you know? It was classic weekend. What was you doing in Orlando classic weekend, Nashak?
We was being a fool for the Lord.
Doing the work of the Lord. What? Are you serious? You didn't come from out of town to try to catch some of the The shock was in Orlando, classic weekend. Everybody out, tail everywhere, and we were down there trying to save the lost sheep of the house of Israel. It's this brother's reputation, huh? That's this brother's reputation. When your reputation is that, you don't have to chase tail chase you. I'm just saying. Take some notes. I'm just saying. Anyways, my point is your reputation is valuable. Your reputation, just on my word and my face alone, know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if I need anything in the shop, I need something. Nashak gonna have my back. Why? Because of my reputation, or not because of my reputation. It ain't for nothing else. Y'all get that, right? You go to major council, 2 men got to stand up before and put their reputations on the line that you deserve to be here. You're going for a rank raise. You are a young man coming into this truth. You ready to get your Hebrew name. A sister ready to get your Hebrew name. Two people have to vouch and say, oh yeah, I think she deserves it or he deserves this name. Let me put my reputation on the line. Are you willing to stand for this, brother? Nashad? That's what they talking about.
Right.
Are you willing to stand for this, brother? Put your reputation on the line to tell me that this brother deserves to be in this fold right here. That's valuable.
Yes, sir.
Now, y'all remember when everybody had COVID a couple years ago, right? I know y'all fake Israelites was kind of scared of the vaccine, but let me use this as an example without everybody going on their conspiracy theories. I'm saying that for the people on Bigo, y'all, not for y'all in the truth.
Come on.
All right. Anyways, the U.S. had to pay billions of dollars in order to get enough vaccines to control the problem. Right? Remember, the Lord said, honor the physician with the honor that he's due. Right? So let's say you got cancer medication. You got something that will take you the hell up out of here if you don't take your medicine. And somebody got that. How much are you willing to pay for some medicine that'll save your life? Think about that for a minute. Think about that for a minute. How much are you willing to pay for medicine that will save your life? Okay. The Bible is talking about that. Precious ointment. Precious ointment, right? So it says that a good name is more valuable than a precious ointment or a medicine that will save your life. That's the breakdown. Read the second part.
Khan. In the day of death, than the day of one's birth.
And the day of death is more precious or more valuable than the day of birth. Now, how in the hell is that possible? Anybody know? How is that possible?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
I heard you say earlier, one has to die for someone to be born.
Yeah. Something has to die in order for you to live, is what I said, right? That's what I said.
Yes. But I don't understand. Sorry.
Yeah. Not so much for this, right? That's absolutely true, but that ain't really necessarily what it means by the day of the death better than the day of one's birth. Now, here's what you got to understand. You are what's the word I want to use? Eternal. You are a eternal being. You. Yes, you, nigga. You are eternal. Death is not natural because the most important part of who you are is your spirit. Everything that happens in this particular life is temporary. Temporary, including all your emotions. Happy, sad, hungry, full, excited, disappointed. All of these things we go through in this life, they're all temporary. What's going to eventually happen to us? The flesh will go back to the dirt, and your spirit goes back to God who gave it. Right? From the time you came out your mama's womb, all she did was worry about you. Something might happen to my baby. Something might happen to my child. Your whole entire life. Right now, you could be successful. You know, all these celebrities thought they made it, Nishad. They didn't know them devils was gonna come get them. They didn't know them devils was recording them. They didn't know that they can be placed in hell. Y'all know when the Bible talks about hell, it's talking about prison. Y'all know that? I could prove that. That's a whole class. Anyways, that's hell. Y'all don't know. Y'all know Diddy's in hell. Bill Cosby's in hell. A lot of people that y'all thought was in heaven when they was balling, is now in hell, right? Anyways, the whole time you're alive, the only thing you're worried and concerned about is death. That's how this thing works. I don't want to die, else I would jump out of planes. Like them skydivers and people who like excitement and walking on the wild side. Go swim with the sharks. That's not necessarily me. Jacob was a smooth man dwelling in tents. I know some of y'all brothers want to go and do all that. That's not necessarily me. Here's the point, right? The day of your death is better than the day that you're alive because your spirit goes back to the Most High when you die. It ain't worried about you dying. You ain't got to go through hell, all of the hell and the punishment and all of that. Now, guess what? You're going to be judged on the earth. Guess what you got to be to feel the Lord's wrath? Alive. You can't get the blessings of God as a spirit, and you can't get judgment for God as a spirit. Precept. Precept party. Anybody? Nobody?
So like I said,
go ahead. Go ahead. You can paraphrase it.
That precept should be in the book of Deuteronomy, sir, chapter 28. It's talking about the blessing and the cursing. The blessing and the cursing.
That is definitely heaven and hell. But what I'm saying is you have to be alive in order for the Lord to deal with you as far as blessing you and cursing you. What? Let me go ahead and give it to y'all, because remember, Nashak, I'm gonna turn the class over to you in about 30 minutes. All right. So I want to get through this. Let's go to Matthew 10 and 28 real quick. Let's go there real quick, and then we'll everybody hold just one person, whoever's gonna read it. Real quick.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul.
This is what we go through every day on this earth. Somebody can, do anything. Dang, we don't want to get hit by no car. We don't want to get shot. We don't want to get robbed. We don't want to get stabbed. We don't want to get none of that. All of these crazy things that can happen. You want to preserve your body. That's why people eating right. And you see them jogging on the treadmills and doing all of this other stuff to preserve this body. Right? Bible says, fear not them that can kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. Read the second part.
But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
So there is a place where your body and your soul both dwell in the same, and it can be destroyed. That's right here. That's right here on earth. Remember? I saw the place of judgment under the sun. That righteousness was there and iniquity was there. All of that happened right here back to where we was at. Whoever had that Ecclesiastes chapter 7, it says a good name is better than a precious ointment. We went that down. And the day of one's death is better than the day of one's birth. Go ahead to verse 2, whoever was reading.
Kind of constant. So like, sir.
Yep. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 2.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 2. Better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will take it to heart.
Lay it to his heart. It is better to go into the house of mourning than the house of feasting. What the hell does that mean? That don't sound right to me. That sound right to you? I'd rather go to the party. They basically saying it's rather to go to somewhere where people are mourning, right, than to go somewhere where people are feasting. Can somebody tell me why? How is that possible? Anybody?
So, like, sir, I believe it's saying
that's hard to believe, right? Go ahead, Akaz.
Kind of concept. I believe it's saying it's better to go ahead and get it over with mourning and just go ahead and celebrating it.
No, what it's saying? Okay, I don't know if y'all ever been around people that's mourning, right? If y'all ever been around people that's mourning, if you're around people of God, what you'll see is brotherhood on steroids, love, preferring one another, somebody caring. You'll see hugs. You'll see this. You'll see that. We come together in sadness, closer, better. Now, let's go to the club. F you, pussy nigga, blah, 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 blah. That's what you're going to see in the house of feasting. You go into the party. You step on my shoe, you might catch a full clip. You touch my woman. You do this. They supposed to be having a good time. Why somebody end up dead? The house of mourning is a great way for people to evaluate themselves and say, hey, I'm going to end up here too one day. Maybe I should check myself. Maybe I should conduct myself in a way that may help somebody else. Nobody thinking about that at the party, man. F all of them. I'm him. It's all about me. Y'all see the difference?
Come.
It's better to go over there. Something real is happening. The feast is a facade. You get what I'm saying? It's not real. It doesn't. It like death is real. Mourning is real. Go ahead.
I was gonna say this is the time to do an introspection, to look inside of your own self and to say, okay, you know what? I need to change my life. If I don't change my life, if I don't go to another way, I'm gonna end up the same way, just like what happened right in that. But when you are in a party, you don't even have time to think about those things.
Nah, don't nobody care about their character. They at these parties getting all kind of high, dealing with, they doing wife swaps at the party. They doing upside down pineapple parties. Everybody is doing something. All manner of evil is taking place. Now, when somebody passes in your mourning, you won't really have time to think about that. The only time you would think about that is if somebody took their life. That's it, right? So that's what it means by that. It's a time for reflection when somebody is mourning the dead. This person died an honorable death. You say, hey, I wish I was honorable like them. Maybe I should live a life like what they live. Now, you know it's in the Bible that people died that were doing the right thing by the Most High. Let's get to that. Let's get to that so you'll see. Oh, let me just read this real quick. It is better to go in the house of mourning than to go into the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men. The house of mourning, that's the end. You go mourn some people, and eventually somebody's going to mourn you. Everybody understand?
Come.
Come.
I know y'all ain't come here to hear this. Y'all want to hear the white man is the devil. All right, we told y'all that. How do we deal with death? How do we deal with losing people that we love? This is part of life, and it's in the Bible. And the living will lay it to heart. Your heart is your mind. The living will keep it in their mind that this is the end of all men. Let me read this part. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. By the sadness of your countenance, your mind can be focused on what it's supposed to be focused on, the things that are important. Party and all that, like what the brother said, you don't even think about none of that stuff. Somebody give me Ecclesiasticus. We've been in Ecclesiastes. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 22. Ecclesiasticus chapter 22. Show y'all a little bit of something what the Bible say. Now here's what you, if you ever been to a Christian funeral, that is the fakest thing you could ever go to in their life. Y'all ever seen somebody dancing around pretending like they happy when they should be crying? Have y'all ever seen that before? Yeah, go ahead.
It's like as as a child, when my father died, I couldn't understand that they were dancing around his casket, and I couldn't understand it. And probably since then I couldn't. When you're supposed to cry for a relative, even though this person was close to you, I couldn't. Yeah. I never cried again for any funeral.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you why. It's because they don't understand the Bible. They don't know. They believe, all of the fairy tales that they tell them about dying and all of this other stuff. Y'all know when everybody died, they say they're going to be with the Lord. Everybody died. They said they're going to heaven. This nigga was a straight up stone cold murderer, drug dealer, adulterer, idol worshiper. He dies and they say, well, he's going to heaven. Yo, you know how many stone cold killers I seen where they go get the t-shirt made and put wings on the nigga?
Nigga with wings. Come.
Yo, that's crazy work. That's not how you handle dealing with the loss of a loved one. All right? I'm going to show y'all that. I got about good 15 minutes. Let me go ahead and get to it. Ecclesiasticus chapter 22. Somebody give me verse 11.
Come. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 22, verse 11. Weep for the dead.
Do what?
Weep for the dead.
Are you supposed to cry for somebody you lose? Read it again.
Come.
Can't hear you.
Come.
Go ahead, read it.
Come. Weep for the dead.
Uh-huh.
For he hath lost the light.
The light. For he has lost the light. The light is the ability to dream, the ability to serve the Most High. The thing that the darkness is down, you are not able to do anything, right? Right now, even no matter how terrible you are right now with your life, if you wake up tomorrow, you have an opportunity to serve the Most High. You have an opportunity to change that. The dead don't have that light no more. Weep for him because he lost the light. Keep going.
Come. Weep for the fool, for he wanteth understanding.
It's the same thing. He don't have wisdom. He doesn't have understanding. He's alive, right? But he's still dead. Go ahead.
Come. Make little weeping for the dead.
Don't really weep that much for them. Why? Remember when we read the day of one's death is better than the day of their birth? When you born, you got a lot of work to do. You got things that you got to try to accomplish. You got to go and find that wife. You got to have them kids. You got to protect that, whatever the Lord blessed you with. You got to go and earn something. You ain't got to do none of that when you dead. Just be dead. Make little weeping for the dead. Why? Read.
For he is at rest.
That's the part that they got right. For he is at rest. Whenever you see death in the Bible, it says, when you shall sleep with your fathers. Why does it call it sleep? Because you're going to wake up. You're going to wake up. Right? Keep going.
But the life of the fool is worse than death.
That's what you got to understand right there. That's what you got to understand. Weep for the dead, right? For he have lost their life. But weep, make little weeping for them because they is at rest. But the fool, the life of a fool is worse than death. Remember that. You want them to stay alive. Sometimes their life, what does it mean? What are they doing? What are they bringing to the table? What are they doing good to anybody's life? Now, that's a hardcore stance to have. However, everybody ain't like that. Some people are doing something, right? But let's talk about how to deal with this death. Read verse 12.
Come. Verse 12. 7 days do men mourn for him that is dead.
You see that? 7 days do men mourn for him that is dead. They put a time limit on it. Notice that. There's a time limit on it. 7 days do people mourn for him that is dead. You set aside this time to mourn for this person that you lost. Some people going to need more than that, but this is figurative. But here's what you got to understand. The second part of it. Read the second part of it.
Come. But for a fool and for an ungodly man, all the days of his life.
Oh, you'll end up mourning for a fool and an ungodly man all the days of his life because you know the Lord ain't got nothing good going to happen to him based on what he did. If you reap destruction and death, then that's what you're going to sow in this life. So you can look at somebody and tell where they're going, and they might be up for a minute, but it says, envy not a sinner because you know not what his end will be. That's in the Bible, right? Everybody understand? So this is what this scripture is talking about. It's better to be dead than to be alive and be a damn fool or ungodly man. That's basically what this is saying. All right. That's basically what this is saying. So let's talk about some times in the Bible. Let me give you some examples of how you mourn. Give me Genesis chapter 50, verse 1. Genesis chapter 50 and verse 1. I'll float through this real quick. Nishad.
Come.
Let me see who else down there. Who else can read? Let me see. Who else? You read one of these. Kaya, you there?
Colin Wakan, sir. Yabashmi Ashab Rakathum.
Yabashmi Rakathum.
Yeah,
Are you able to read?
Colin, sir.
I want you to grab me Deuteronomy chapter 30 and 7. I want somebody to read Genesis chapter 50, verse 1. Let's see how the Bible says you should mourn people that you lose that's important to you? Go ahead. Well, we got it.
Come. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 50, verse 1.
Mhm.
And Joseph fell upon his father's face and wept upon him and kissed him. Verse 2.
So Joseph lost his father, right? So of course, as anybody would that loves their father. Now I ain't talking about y'all who, I seen that little boy Captain Cesario I put on there and say, I don't like my daddy. I don't like that man. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about y'all who honor your father, right? Joseph wept and he kissed his father. Go ahead to verse 2.
Come. And Joseph commanded his servants, the physicians, to embalm his father.
Honorable.
And
go ahead.
Son, come. And the physicians embalmed Israel. Verse 3. And 40 days were fulfilled for him. For so are fulfilled the days of those which are embalmed.
So now it's giving a certain amount of time, right? He embalmed him. He did not cremate him, which was the custom of the Egyptians. They did that. They either mummified them or they threw them in the fire. He had his father embalmed. All right. I got 10 minutes. Let's go.
Come. And the Egyptians mourned for him 70 days.
Right. So y'all know that's about 75 days or something like that. It's 3 months or something like that. Keep going.
Come. Verse 4. When the days of his mourning were past, Joseph spake unto the house of Pharaoh, saying, If now I found grace in your eyes, speak, I pray you, in the ears of Pharaoh, saying, verse 5, My father made me swear, saying, Lo, I die in my grave which I have digged for me in the land of Canaan. There shalt thou bury me. Now therefore let me go up, I pray thee, and bury my father, and I will come again.
Now let me go bury my father, and I will come again. Right? My father wants to be buried. He's embalmed. He put his father away honorably and asked to go and bury him. And he mourned him for a set period of time. Give me Deuteronomy 34:7. Deuteronomy 34:7. See if I can't get these four scripts in. Let's go. Kayal, you up. Kayal, you got it already, right?
Khan, sir. Deuteronomy 34, verse 7. And Moses was 120 years old when he died. His eyes was not dim, nor his natural force abated.
So he's saying Moses was 120 years old. He could still see good. You know what I'm saying? He still had his mobility when he died. Go ahead to verse 8.
Khan, sir. Verse 8. And the children of Israel wept for Moses in the plains of Moab 30 days. So the days of weeping and mourning for Moses were ended.
This is what I want y'all to see. They literally wept and they mourned Moses for 30 days, and then the days of weeping and mourning ended. This is what you have to understand about when you lose somebody. You must mourn for them, cry for them, do whatever you need to do. But then you have to realize that the Lord spared your life and you have a purpose and you have a responsibility. Whether you're a father, a mother, a brother, a sister, a priest, a trooper, whatever you are in this earth, you got time to mourn your family, and then it's time to get back to work. It's time to get back to work, or else your days will pass and you will not make a reputation for yourself because you're too busy focusing on somebody who has fulfilled their responsibility in this earth and that are gone to be with the Most High. Everybody understand? Right after Moses died, the children of Israel wept for Moses, right? They gave about 30 days. I think when it said for Joshua, for Israel, it said 40 days. Give me Numbers chapter 20, verse 29. Running out of time. Numbers 20 and 29.
Sir. Number 20, verse 29. And one great goat, Salakia, sir, and one goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering.
Nah, Numbers chapter 20, verse 29.
20 verse 29.
Numbers chapter 20, verse 29.
Sir. Numbers 20, verse 29. And when all the congregation saw that Aaron was dead, they mourned for Aaron 30 days. 7, all the house of Israel, even all the house of Israel. Salakia.
This is what I was saying. Even no matter what, whoever died, they put a time stamp on it. Mourn them, cry for them like a week. You mourn for them, meaning like you think about them, but then you have a responsibility of being alive. You don't get none of these days back, and eventually you're going to die as well. You better make the most of this time that you got. You can't spend it thinking about it. Of course you miss your people. You're supposed to. Don't be dancing and acting around like the Christians do and forgetting the fact that they are really dead and you really hurt. Get that out. You got to get that out. You got to cry. You got to mourn them. But don't make no cuttings in your skin for them, no tattoos for them. You know what I'm saying? Don't make them an idol. Don't turn them into a god. None of that. You mourn them and then you get back to work. All right? Hey, Nishak, I'm gonna pop back in. I do want you to do Psalms 116 and 15. All right, I'm coming up. Psalms 116 and 15. If you could, I don't know, that one might be hard. And then the one where Christ said, let the dead bury the dead. If you can grab them, I'm gonna make a move out of here. And then I'll jump back in, maybe, and we can break this down and finish it. But my main point is, it's a way that you mourn. What you have to do is you have to make sure you get that mourning in for a certain period of time. Then you have to get back to work. So, yeah. With that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Officer Nishak, and y'all hold tight. I'll be right back in. Lord allow.
Come, sir.
Come.
No sign of Christ. All right, so we're talking about, reincarnation, passing away, going back to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it works. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the Christian church tells you, you're going to go and walk on clouds. You know what I mean? When you, after being a good slave, you know what I mean? They tell you to be a good slave, work hard. And when you go to heaven, you know what I'm saying? That's when you'll have your peace. Nah, that's right here on earth. You understand? You don't die and go and walk on clouds. Anybody got any questions, specific to our topic or off topic?
It's lucky, sir.
Go ahead.
Officer Kazak said Psalms 116.
I think he said 115 and 116. Go ahead and get it. I'm not sure what. I don't have it. I don't have nothing, no notes on that. So I'm not sure what he was trying to pull. But go ahead and go to 115. You got something?
Come. I think it's 115 and 17.
Okay, start at 15.
Come. Book of Psalms, chapter 115 and 15. 115, verse 15. Ye are blessed of the Lord which made heaven and earth. Verse 16. The heaven, even the heavens, are the Lord's, but the earth hath he given to the children of men. Verse 17. The dead praise not the Lord, neither any that go down into silence. But we will be blessed. But we will bless the Lord from this time forth and forevermore. Praise the Lord.
Okay, so basically, what you just read is saying that, when you're dead, how can I put it? When you sleep, you cannot serve the Lord the way, how he created you to serve him. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's see, verse 15. Ye are blessed of the Lord, which made heaven and earth. The heaven, even the heavens, are the Lord's. So there's more than one heaven, right? Everybody understand that?
Come on.
Okay, so you have the heavens that are, you look up in the sky, the clouds, the stars, that's one heaven. And then you got the heaven right here on earth where if you were blessed, you would be in heaven, right?
Come on.
Okay, the heaven and even the heavens are the Lord's, but the earth have he given to the children of men. So this is where you serve him at. This is where you dwell. You don't dwell in the clouds. You don't dwell out by the stars. You dwell right here on earth. You understand? Everybody understand that?
Come on.
Okay. So the Christian church has lied to us and told us we dwell in the clouds. We'll dwell with the Most High. We'll dwell with Yahushua. That's a lie. Okay. Where you dwell at is right here on earth. Okay. Verse 17. The dead praise not the Lord. Okay, that's it right there. We was created. Why were we created? Why was mankind created? Anybody tell me that?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Serve the Most High.
Yes, Ecclesiastes 12. What is it? 12 and 13. Somebody can grab that real quick. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Okay, the dead praise not the Lord, neither any that go down into silence. If you sleep, you can't praise the Lord. You can't serve him. That's what he created you for. Anybody got it?
Come on.
Go ahead and read it.
Let us hear.
Slakia.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Yeshaya.
Come on. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
The whole thing, what is life? What is your purpose? You know what I'm saying? Why am I here? That's everyday questions men and women have, even children have that. Little kids, why am I here, Daddy? Why am I alive? You know what I mean? Like everybody wants to know why we are here. What is the purpose of me being on this earth? What is this thing? Read.
Come on. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments.
That's number one. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments. It's like when you grew up with a father, if you that were, blessed and able to have that, you had fear of that man. So you did what he said. It's the same thing with the God we serve, the God that created this heaven, the heavens, in the earth. Okay, he wants you to do what he said. And the only way you're going to do that is if you fear him, right? You have to, there has to be a fear factor there. Read.
Come on. For this is the whole duty of man.
This is why you were created. This is why you are on the earth, to fear God and keep his commandments. Basically, do what God said. He created you and put you on the earth just so you can do what he said. Now, how do you know what he says to do? All you got to do is read this book. Come into the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We'll break it down and make you understand exactly what the God of the universe, who created the heavens and the earth, wants you to do. That's why you was created. Now, after you do that, then there's leisure time. You can, have a drink. You can go on a trip. You can do whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to do. But first and foremost, you fear God and keep his commandments. Y'all understand?
Colonel Wakan, sir.
Yeah, the Lord don't, you know what I mean? He gave you, you know what I mean? First you do what he said, and then, you know what I mean? That's called the work of the Lord. Anything else, then, that's leisure. You know what I mean? But first and foremost, you were created to serve the Most High. Now, he created all men, all mankind. Then he put a certain family over everybody else, so to make those other families make sure they're doing what he said. And the family that he chose to do that, to put over everybody else and make sure the rest of the earth is in accordance with what he said, we failed. That family failed. And now he put one of those lesser families over that family, which is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So we got to learn our lesson. We got to come back and understand why we were created, what your purpose is, and you know what I mean, and fulfill it. And that's coming back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, serving, fearing God, and keeping his commandments. Okay? Let's go back to Psalms. Who had Psalm 16 or 115?
Come. I got it, sir.
Everybody understand so far what I said?
Come.
Okay, go ahead and read verse 17 again.
Come. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 115, verse 17. The dead praise not the Lord, neither any that go down into silence.
Right. So you wasn't created to serve the Lord when you sleep, in your death. You was created to serve the Lord in life on earth. Okay, keep reading.
Come. But we will bless the Lord from the time forth and forevermore. Praise the Lord.
Right. So we who are living, you know what I mean? We're gonna serve the Lord. We're gonna bless him. We're gonna keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. We're gonna make him proud. You understand?
Colonel Wakan, sir. Right.
Right. We're gonna serve the Lord. While as long as we live, we're gonna serve. We're gonna bless him. That's, you know what I mean? The scriptures say that, we are his inheritance. You know what I mean? By us keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, it makes the Lord happy. Okay. Somebody find the scripture where it says that the Most High is the God of the living, not of the dead. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Come.
Yeah, grab that and we'll read that. You know what I mean? You got to be alive to serve the Lord. You got to be alive to keep the Sabbath. You got to be alive to perform the Sabbath service. You got to be alive to go to the Passover. You understand? You got to be alive to keep these high holy days. You got to be alive to choose not to eat what he told you not to eat. You understand? You have to be alive to serve the Most High. He is not a God of the dead. Just like, Officer Gazal was bringing out, there is a time. Somebody also give me a time and a place for everything. Y'all, you give me that one.
Slap.
There's a time and a place for everything.
Sir.
Go ahead.
Slap, I don't want. You want me to hold also the other verse The one in Luke, that says, "Let the dead bury the dead."
Yeah, go ahead. We can do that one next because I think that's what Officer Gazak had called for.
Lock you, sir.
Yeah.
I was holding Mark 12:27. You want me to drop that and go back to the one you just
Hold what you got. You got Mark 12 and 27.
con, sir.
What was the other one? Is that the same one you was just talking about, Yeshaya?
I'm holding Slakia. Let the dead bury the dead.
Where's that at?
That is in Luke. I don't want Luke 20 and 60.
Okay,
Sorry,
go ahead.
Luke 9 and 60.
Let's go ahead and get that before we move on to the one I called for. Let's go ahead and do Luke, if you don't mind.
Khan.
Water.
This is the book of Slakia. This is the book of Luke, chapter 9, verse 59. And he said unto another, Follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. Verse 60. And Yahushua said unto him, Let the dead bury their dead, but go thou and preach the kingdom of God.
Right. So I'm going to ask you brothers, verse 59, it says, and he said unto another, Follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. So what is okay? And then Yahushua said unto him, Let the dead bury the dead, but go and preach the kingdom of God. So what is he trying to say here? What is Yahushua trying to say to this brother?
Slack you, sir.
Go ahead.
Is he trying to say like the prophet, they have the truth? So the dead and the people who don't have the truth, they would consider the dead. Is that what he's trying to say?
Not quite. Not quite. Anybody else? Go ahead.
He's trying to tell him stop making excuses.
That too, but it's basically really what we just talked about. What I just said in the last breakdown, that you dead, you can't serve the Lord. Right?
Right.
So he's dead. He can't serve the Lord. You still, like, because the officer just said, you're alive. You got time, you know what I'm saying? Now is your time to serve the Lord. Now, there is a certain time when you get to mourn the dead, 30 days.
Slakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Officer Kazak say bring him up. I think he's trying to get
my bad. Most High Christ. Wow. I was not. Shalom, sir. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir. Shalom, Lord Christ.
I think Trooper Kaz was trying to get back up too.
Okay, Khan, sir. I don't. Okay.
I got another one.
All right. No sweat. Go on. So we just read Luke chapter 9, verse 59 and 60. And I was just about to kind of break it down what Yahushua was trying to say to the brother.
Yeah, you was breaking it down. I know part of my breakdown and what I was using this for is to show what I was saying, and I think you was right there with it. Like it's a certain amount of time for you to mourn, right? But when you have a responsibility
that's greater than, you know, your feelings. And you have to make sure that you get back to the work. You know what I'm saying?
Come.
What he was telling him is, I want to roll with y'all and do the work of the Lord. And what he was saying back to this man is, if this is what you gonna do, you know what I'm saying? Even though you are allowed time to mourn, what you should do is let those people who ain't doing this work, let them take care of that, and
Right.
you come take care of this. It
Come.
goes back to that same precept you asked for of God is not a God of the dead, but a God of the living. It go right along with that.
Come.
You can go ahead and continue breaking it down.
Oh, come. So. Right. So verse 59. So like Officer Kazak was saying, you know what I'm saying, Yahweh Shai, that's like, these are parable times right now. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like when okay, here's a good example. When King David lost his wife, and the Lord said, don't even cry. Go and prophesy. Put thy tire on thy head and go and prophesy. These are perilous times that we're in. You know what I mean? Yes, you know what I mean? You just gonna have to man up and be a soldier and get out there and go to camp and wake brothers and sisters up. You got to do that class. You know what I'm saying? But Yahweh Shai was saying basically, you know, there shouldn't be nothing more important than, you know, trying to wake up these lost 12 tribes. In 2024, there should be nothing more important than trying to wake up these lost 12 tribes. And I'm gonna let the dead bury the dead. You understand? So
Come on, sir.
that's
It's a
what
lot. I think that was Ezekiel. Ezekiel, he told not to cry. Put your
okay,
hand on your head and go out. Yeah.
Come.
Could be wrong. I might want to double check that, but I think it was Ezekiel.
Come.
So.
You want to go ahead and take it, sir?
No, I'm on the move, this chalk. I just plugged back in, so you still got it.
Yes, sir. Yeshai, did you find that one where it said the Most High is the God of the living and not the dead?
Come, so.
You said you was holding something?
I was holding.
Yeah, did y'all do that Psalms 116?
Come, sir.
Come.
Okay. All right, no question.
Slakia, sir. I was holding Mark 12:27. You want me to grab another one? Yeshai said you got that one.
We didn't. Did we break Mark down? 12 and 27?
Not yet, sir. I didn't read it yet. No.
Let's go ahead and get it.
Sir. Mark 12:27. He is not the God of the dead, but the God of the living.
Hold on. Let's go up. Let's go up a couple of verses. Let's go up to 24.
Khan, sir. Matthew 12, verse 24. And Jesus answering, said unto them, do ye not therefore err, because ye know not the scripture, neither the power of God. Verse 25. For when they shall rise from the dead, they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are as the angel which are in heaven. Verse 26. And as touching the dead, that they rise, have ye not read in the book of Moses, how in the bush God spake unto him, saying, I am the God of Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. Verse 27.
Right. So hold on. So right there in verse 24, it says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, do you not therefore err? Like, you know what I mean? Do you not know that you're wrong? Because ye know not the scripture, neither the power of God. For when they shall rise from the dead, they neither marry nor are given into marriage, but are as the angels which are in heaven. So I think the brother was asking Yahushua about reincarnation. I have to go back up a little bit more, but I think
they was
he was asking about the 7 brothers who had the same wife or something.
Yeah, Khan. That's
Right.
what he was asking about. Whose wife will she be?
Right. So if you,
Well, he did.
Sorry, sir, go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I ain't trying. I was trying to
Go
just.
ahead. Please, sir, please. You're much more eloquent than I am at this, so please.
You absolutely right about what you're saying, but that's the point that we've been bringing out the whole time, right? When you die, that spirit goes back to the Most High, and He sends it back. It's not the same person.
Right.
So you didn't die. Your spirit never dies. Their spirit is eternal beings. It lives forever. So when you die, that spirit goes back to the Father. He sends it back and replenishes the earth. So when they ask you this question, they err because they don't understand the scriptures about the difference between the spirit and the person, right? When you was here last time, you wasn't Kayal, you wasn't Nashak, you wasn't Mashak. You was whoever you was that had your mama and your daddy and whoever, right? That's what people misunderstand when we talk about reincarnation or regeneration. That spirit is regenerated as a different person, but your person is your spirit. So that spirit lives on. What
Right.
people want to think is Nashak or Kazak is coming back. Kazak Damar is here. It is appointed one time for a man to die, and after that, the judgment. Kazak Damar not dying twice, 3 times again, living again. The spirit that resides in Kazak Damar or Nashak or Kayal or Yeshaya will live again. That's what people don't understand. So when they asking this question about people, and I'm glad you brought this. I'm adding this to my breakdown this night. So when I do the class next time, it'll be better. It'll be better because it'll add it. What they didn't understand is that he said that the person that died is not who we talking about. When we speaking of the spirit of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we're speaking about the things that they did when they were alive.
Right.
We're not speaking about the things they did when they was dead. You hear what I'm saying? Because God is not the God of the dead. He's the God of the living. Those things that when He chose them or when He did it, they were talking about which one of these dead people wife is this woman. And He's saying you don't know the scriptures or the power of God. Like that spirit that went back to him, this is a whole other person. This ain't your wife.
Right.
I think that's the part people be getting jammed up on because we've been taught and lied to. Like when you die, like, oh, my grandma, she came to me and spoke to me in a dream, or my father or my mama that I miss so much. You know what I'm saying? There is no remembrance of former. That's the part people don't want to deal with because we have this dream that when we die, we'll see them again.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? We'll see them again. I get to speak, know that person that you know, the person that you miss so much is on, but that person is gone. And once you can wrap your mind around that, you're going to cry. You're going to mourn them because you're going to miss them. But you never get to miss them and mourn. You know, people carry around trinkets in their pocket. And they say, my brother always.
So you there?
Flag out one. I think we lost Officer Kazak.
Okay, there he is. Slocky, sir.
Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Come on.
Cut him.
Yeah, I was saying it's people that put ashes in their necklaces and carry around urns and different stuff and say, "I always got my mama with me."
Right.
These are
Right.
idols.
Right.
These are idols. You gotta let that person pass, mourn them, so that you can appreciate the people that's still here.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Come
You
on.
gotta learn how to love somebody who here.
That's right.
He's the God of the living. That's what he's talking about. My bad. I got carried away in the shot.
Nah, Slocky, sir. You serving the Lord, sir. You doing, you know what I mean? Doing your job while you're here on earth, Most High in Christ.
That's right. You don't get
Most High
none of
in
these
Christ.
days back. But yeah, that's what
right.
it is. That's what he's breaking down to them. They saying which one of these people who wife is gonna be. Well, they all dead. So how you gonna be anybody's wife if he's dead?
That's right.
Flag out one. Flag out one.
Slocky, sir, can you hear us? Officer Kazak.
I think
What you got, Yeshaya?
he dropped out again, so. Nah,
What you got?
Slack, I was gonna say what's heavy about when you were saying like the brother saying about the souls coming back is like we as Israel have this thing, right, where we would always name the children like children that was we would always name the children after the grandfather or after the grandmother or after the great grandmother. So like in the family there would be like 2 or 3 Philips. Like there would be 3 niggas named Philip at the family at the family reunion or something like that. But yeah, I mean like that is if not like that is probably like more of a where I don't know, I don't know how to say, but like that is almost like a tradition where the grandfather did die, but he also came back, so they just gave him the same name. So now there's 3 niggas walking around called Philip.
I'm sorry. Right. So, that's our way. It's almost like the scripture that says we have the zeal of God but without knowledge. Like there's certain little things we know and we react off of them and we try to, serve God in a certain way and live in a certain way, but we're doing it without knowledge. You understand?
Right.
So we just don't have the knowledge of like what Officer God was breaking down. If, Philip died, he's not coming back as Philip. He's going to be somebody else. So why the hell are you trying to name, the next brother Philip? Move on and let Philip, come and be somebody else, like the Lord intended. You understand?
Right.
You're definitely right. It's almost like, we're very superstitious people. You understand? It's Officer Gazak.
Come.
There you go. Come, sir.
I don't know where you was at. What?
Oh no, Officer
Yeah,
he just had a comment, and his comment was, go ahead and restate your comment, Yeshaya.
Kind of like what if like we have the tradition here, other one where like if a great grandfather or father died, and the children that are born after him, like they would like a whole bunch of children would be named after him. So like at the family reunion, you'll be having like three Phillips walking around at the family reunion.
Yeah, that's borderline. I mean, that is traditional in Israel to do that, but not. I mean, and also in families of royalty. That's how you get so many Constantines and Herods and Pharaohs, because their name would become like a. I don't know how you would do it, but you just don't want to turn them into an idol. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody. I mean, hell, according to what we teach, he could really be one of them great grandchildren. You know what I'm saying? Y'all done see people when they talking to babies and they be like, you been here before?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's just how they feel. But yeah, that's borderline idolatry when you're doing that. They talking about everybody named Philip at the family reunion. That's crazy. That's crazy work. But yeah, no, of course you want to continue on a legacy. You know what I'm saying? I would name my one of my children after Nashak, or after this person, or after that person. But you know what I'm saying? It would be great to do it while they still alive. You know what I'm saying? In honor of that brother while he's still alive. You know how they say in the world, give him his flowers while he's still alive. I mean, we'll give grown men flowers, but you get the point. You get the point. Like, you don't want to wait till somebody is dead and to honor them. You want to give them their honor while they still alive.
Yes, sir.
Salakia.
Come.
Where we at, Nishak?
We did not.
Did y'all get the There was another one I wanted to bring out too.
Go
ahead.
I think Yeshaya. What you holding, Yeshaya?
Select it on. It was the same account.
Okay. So we did Psalms. We did Psalms 115, and we did Mark 12 and 30, 12 and 20, 26.
7.
12 and 20.
And you say y'all did do the Psalm 116 verse 15?
We did not do Psalm 116 verse 15. La, sir.
Let's go there.
Okay.
Let's go to let me see. Yeah, let's go ahead and just go straight to 15.
Concert. Psalms 115, verse 15. Ye are blessed of the Lord, which made heaven and earth. The heaven, even the heavens, are the Lord's.
116.
116. Concert. The heaven. Psalms 116, verse 16.
15.
15, verse 16. Concert. The heaven.
16, verse 15.
16. Concert. Slakia.
116, verse 15. 116.
Concert. Psalms 116, verse 15.
Verse 15.
Verse 15.
All right.
Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. Verse 16.
That's
O
what I was
Lord.
looking for right there. What that mean? What that mean right there? Hold on, man. What that mean right there? Psalms chapter 116, verse 15. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. Anybody know what that mean? How does that make sense?
Slack it.
Go ahead.
Slack it. Come on. If I could, sir, is it saying that it is precious in the Most High's sight those that serve him right up until death?
Kinda. You own it. You definitely own it. But the right up until death is something is where I would kind of fix that up a little bit. What does that word precious mean? Anybody know?
Salakia, so something very important.
Important. The biblical usage, it says valued, prized, weighty, rare, splendid, precious, glorious is the word I would use. Glorious, weighty, influential. Glorious is this in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. Why would it be glorious for the Most High
Slakia,
for
sir.
his saints to die? Go ahead.
Slakia, sir, is like, they complete what the Most High put them here to do, to serve him.
That's absolutely right. I was trying to think of a better way to say it, but yeah, that's absolutely right. They completed the work, like they did what they were supposed to do. They know, they didn't die from committing sin and being a disgusting sinner. You get what I'm saying? What I was saying like earlier, a drug dealer dies in the streets and they put angel wings on this nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he did anything good to deserve to make it to what they consider to be heaven.
Right.
When we know he's coming back and everything that he sold in this earth, he might be born blind. And they might be like, who sinned, him or his parents, that he was born blind?
Right.
Him. That time it ain't gonna be for the glory of the Most High. It's for his punishment. Him. Get what I'm saying? So, when you die honorable death, you live an honorable life, and you die. That it wasn't the Most High putting you to death. Like when Moses died at 120 years old or whatever it said, he could still see. He would walk around. He wasn't sick. He didn't have these type of things going on because the Lord was still with him. It was just his time to die.
Right.
Sometimes that's what it is. Sometimes the Most High take people up out of here. You got to go expediently. Swift judgment. That happens too. But the death of the saints, or the Most High looks at that as valuable. He looks at that as precious, glorious, and rare. Does a person serve the Most High even unto death? And the reason it's saying this is because this is David praying because the Most High got him. He got him out of death. He got him out of affliction. Right? He was concerned that he was going to die, and the Lord delivered him out of the hands of Saul. And he was saying, I know that it is glorious for me to die doing your work, not that I be taken out by somebody. You get what I'm saying? That's why he said in the next verse, "O Lord, truly I am thy servant and the son of thy handmaid. Thou hast loosed my bonds. I will offer thee the sacrifice of thanksgiving and will call upon the name of the Lord. I will pay my vows unto the Lord now in the presence of all his people. In the courts of the Lord's house in the midst of thee, O Jerusalem, praise ye the Most High." So that's what was going on there. All right. So I just wanted to make sure that we had hit that one when we was talking about it. When you die, I mean, when you live a honorable life, you leave. That's glorious in the sight of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? To be judged and have to be taken out of here, that is not glorious. And the other thing was let the dead. Right after that was let the dead bury the dead. That shows you when somebody dies in the truth, they die doing the work of the Lord. That's precious in the sight of the Most High. They died as a saint. When you're doing the work of the Lord and someone who's not in the truth dies, then you have to let the people that's not in the truth concern themselves with making sure he has an honorable passing, because it's not precious in the sight of the Lord. That don't mean that you can't care about them. It just means that the Lord might have something more important for you to do because you're one of the people that changed your life and served him.
Right.
Everybody understand? Or no? Or did I throw y'all off?
Come on, Concer.
All right. Anybody got any questions on this?
Lot.
Sir.
All right. All right.
Come.
Let me see. I got more. I might as well go and take it there, Hunter Shot.
Con. Might as well go ahead and take it to the head.
Salakia.
All right, let's go. Yeah, go ahead.
Come, sir. Salakia, I don't want, if you could explain to me, in certain, like in layman's terms, well, we always do that here, on how I could explain to someone that that's asking the question about John laying the way for Christ. Like, what was he doing laying the way for Christ? I don't want.
Can y'all see me? Cause it looked like my screen is black.
Khan.
You can see me.
Khan, I can't see you. I don't want.
Okay. All right. No sweat. Yeah. So let me get these two scriptures and then I'll answer that question for you. All right. Let's go to when Peter asked Christ, "What shall we have then?" Let me see. Hold on. Let's go there real quick. Let's go to Matthew 19 and 27. I'm gonna read it. Matthew 19 and 27. Y'all there?
Matthew 19, verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold.
Second, because I think I froze. Hold on. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
Come on, come.
That I don't consent.
We can hear you, but your screen's still frozen.
That's why I don't like jumping back in. Hold on. Yeah, hold on.
Where we at? Matthew 19 and 27?
That I don't
Come,
consent.
come.
Come.
Okay. We'll get Officer Kazak a couple more minutes. Jump back in and break this thing down. Break it down to the white meat. This was from you, Officer Yeshaya. You was asking how to break down John laying the way for Yahushua.
Come, but I don't know if this is the verse. I don't want.
Hold on, I'm about to find out. Oh, shoot.
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Come, sir.
Trying to fix the screen.
That works. That's fine right there. Got rid of the rest of them. Anyways, can you break down? Can you read that Matthew 19 and 27 real quick? It said
this is the book of Matthew.
Yep, go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore?
Keep going.
Verse 28.
Keep going.
And Jesus said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, yea, also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
So now this is talking about. Now I had some Christians tell me in the shop that you shouldn't serve God looking for a reward. You should just serve Him just because. What y'all think about that? Say y'all Israelites just serve God looking for the rule over people and stuff like that. Y'all don't serve God because you love Him. What do you think about that in the shop?
So like Deuteronomy 28, the Lord said, if we serve him, that's what we would get. So if that's what he said, that's what I want.
Why would he even tell them about all the great and wonderful things that would happen if they serve him, if you ain't supposed to do that? Not only that, why would he tell them all the terrible things that would happen to them if they don't?
Right.
Oh, you mean to tell me they don't teach about, they don't tell everybody you going to hell?
Come.
Think about this, right? In the Bible it says, he that cometh to God must believe that he is God and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. That's in the Bible. Without faith, it is impossible to please God, because he that cometh to God must know that he is God and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Now, this is Peter. Christ told Peter, upon this rock, right, will I build my church.
Come.
Peter was left in charge when Christ died. Peter had a question in Matthew chapter 19, which I think is a good question. Y'all remember when they first started and he went to go get the 12 disciples? He started by going on the men's job. They was out there catching fish. And he said, drop them nets and follow me, and I will show you how to be fishers of men. And they walked off their job. They said, con out of one con, and walked off their job. Right? Ain't getting no 2-week notice. The shop. Why they ain't say, hey, man, I got to put in my 2 weeks notice?
Right.
I ain't just walk off my job like that.
Let the dead bury the dead.
He said, come and follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. They dropped the nets, and they followed him. They were fishermen by trade. They were singing Shar song, F that job, we're going to be rich tomorrow. They were singing.
Peter said, I thought we were supposed to be rich by now.
Yo, so Peter asking this question. This is a great question. Then answered Peter and said unto him, who he said this to Yahushua, behold, we have forsaken all. Yo, we out here doing this work every day. I don't get to go to my kids' football games. My wife want to spend some time with me on Saturday, and I'm at camp. I want to do this. I want to do that. We have forsaken everything and followed you. What shall we have, therefore? Like, what do we get out of this?
Right.
Everybody need to hear this. Right? You have a life that you live in, that you are giving up in order to follow the Most High. What is the reward? What do you get? Now, remember what Yahushua said, because he knew he was going to die. And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto them, that you which have followed me in the regeneration. What regeneration? What is that? In the regeneration? Why not now? Why not today?
It's a lot
in the regeneration. Go ahead.
Oh man, what you're saying is so crucial right now, because it just, you know what I mean? That is the problem right there. Nobody wants to wait for the regeneration. They want it now. The Christian church wants it now. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to wait for the regeneration. That's why, you know what I mean? That's part of the problem with waking Negroes up. They want it now. They don't want to wait for the regeneration.
But I thought they was following Christ. If you, all right, hold that thought, right? We hold it right there at Matthew chapter 19. Somebody give me Matthew chapter 4. What is it? Matthew chapter 4, verse 5. Somebody give me that real quick. Whoever was reading, stay right there. Whoever was reading, stay right there.
Colonel Wakan, sir. Matthew 4, verse 5. Matthew 4, verse 5.
Yeah.
Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and sitteth him on a pinnacle of the temple.
Yeah.
Colonel Wakan, sir. Yeah. Verse 6 saith unto him, if thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down. For it is written, he shall give his angel charge.
Oh, that's not the right one. Keep going.
Concerning thee. And in their hands they shall bear thee up, Salakia, lest at any time thou didst dash thy foot against the stone.
No. Go to verse 8. Go to verse 8.
Go to verse 8. Matthew 4, verse 8. Verse 8. Again, the devil taketh him up into exceedingly high mountain, and sheweth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them. Verse 9. And saith unto him, all these things I will give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Verse 10. Then saith Jesus unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy
Y'all
God.
see that? Y'all see that right
Come.
there?
Come.
He could have got the same glory. Can y'all hear me now?
I can't hear you now, sir.
Come.
I think I got like a 5-second delay.
No, I don't think it's that bad, sir.
All right, I'm saying this now. Respond by saying Khan.
Come.
It's 4 seconds. It's 4 seconds. It ain't. You're right. It ain't that bad.
No.
It's 4 seconds. Let me go ahead and break it down, though. Make it ready. Right. So if you go to verse, verse 8, it says, again, the devil taketh him up into exceedingly high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and saith unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. The point I was trying to make is, Yahushua did not have to die in order to get glory and kingdoms. Y'all know that, right?
Come.
Satan could have gave them, offered them to him. All he had to do was worship Satan in order to get them.
Right.
Y'all see what he said, right? Get thee behind me, Satan. It is written that thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. And the devil left him, and angels came and ministered to him. Now, I'm giving y'all this to show you can go get some stuff from Satan if you want to. That's not what following Yahushua is all about. That's not what being a Christian, meaning a follower of Christ, is all about. They claim they follow Christ, but they don't want to wait like Christ did. Christ had to die in order to achieve the greatness that it took to get the kingdom. He had to give his life. When you claiming you following him, you got to be willing to do the same thing.
That's right.
Then answered Peter, behold, we have gave up everything and followed you. What do we get? And Yahushua said, verily I say unto him, that you which have followed me. Here's the crazy part. He could have said, you're going to get it today, tomorrow. You ever had a preacher tell you about to get the blessing right now? Today is your day.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, them bills still pouring in. You ain't got your blessing.
It's like, sir.
Yo.
I like that one you said, you called a brother. He said something like, talk to the Lord or something. You said, I already did. He told me to come see
you. Right. Yo, you call somebody and you tell them you need some help, and they say, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for you. No, man, I already prayed. He told me to come holler at you. That's real. But nah, Yahushua told them in the regeneration, so he did not lie to them. He told them this. He was speaking spiritually the whole time. We get in the kingdom. I don't know if y'all know this, but if you go to Acts chapter 1, the first thing they asked him when he was resurrected is now when you're going to go ahead and restore the kingdom of Israel?
Right.
You done came back from the dead. We know you the one. Are you going to restore it now? And he said, it's not given to me to know the time when the kingdom of Israel will be restored. The point is, in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, when he get glorified, you shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. That was the answer to the question. In the regeneration. It wasn't that they was going to get it then. Instant gratification is what they call that in the shop. You want to come in here and work for the Lord for a year and get an everlasting kingdom.
Right.
Or want to come in here and do no work. Y'all know I missed 35 Passovers in my lifetime. About that for a minute. If you miss one, you're no longer the Lord's people. So times that by 52. 52 times 30. You know what I'm saying? That's how many Sabbaths I never kept. If you don't keep one, you're not the Lord's people.
Right.
Y'all understand what I'm saying, man? This thing, we got to work while we alive, man. This life right here don't last forever, even though we're working for eternal life. You got a certain amount of time on this earth to make your reputation what it's supposed to be. And you should model after our King, Yahweh Shai, while you're alive.
Right.
You should model after him. He is the ensign that God said he would send to show us how to become his people again, how to be restored back to being the sons of God. That's what it's saying in John chapter 1. For them that believeth on him, gave him the power to become the sons of God, not by flesh and blood, but by the Spirit of God. Right? You must take on the spirit that Christ had in you, become the sons of God. And that's how you live and survive. Now, here's the problem with that. You're going to go through some things in this life that's going to take you off course. That's the problem. And don't nobody want to go through nothing. All people want is to be blessed all the time and never have no trials and no tribulation. You know, Job ain't do nothing wrong. You know, Yahweh Shai didn't do anything wrong. You did something wrong, and you don't want to go through nothing. They did nothing wrong, and Yahweh Shai gave his life.
That's right.
Think about that for a minute. When you think you earned something. What's so cold about what he said to Peter is Peter said, hey, what we get for doing all this? Yeah, you got to wait till the regeneration for that. You got to wait till the regeneration for that.
That's it.
I might. The kingdom might not come before I leave here in the shop. I hope it do. I hope it come tomorrow. I don't want to go to work on Wednesday. I want out of the slavery. Hope the kingdom comes tomorrow. I hope it all goes down. Right? But it might not come while I'm alive. Maybe I won't see the kingdom until regeneration.
Right.
Here's the point. I'm gonna die trying to usher in the kingdom. That's what I would do. Die trying to usher into the kingdom.
Come.
And along that line, we're gonna lose some people, y'all. It's a certain way you gotta mourn them people. You know what I'm saying? 7 days you cry for them, you mourn for them 30 days, 40 days, and then you get back to the business. If they were somebody who wasn't in the truth, you still gonna mourn them because you still love your people that's not in the truth. 7 days you cry for them 30 days, but you better let the dead bury the dead. If you want to do this work. You want to do this work, sometimes you're going to have to miss out. You're going to have to remember them the way you last saw them.
Come.
Hey, my people, they damn near don't even tell me when somebody died no more in the shop.
Right.
That's how much faith they had that I'm going to the funeral.
Yeah.
But that don't mean I don't honor the person. You get what I'm saying?
Come.
We just got a different job that everybody can't do the job that I do. Everybody's not built to do the job that we do.
Yes, sir.
That's what Yahushua was talking about when he told that man to let the bit. This was his father. Just imagine that. This
Right.
was his daddy. Not just his cousin or his uncle.
Mhm.
This was his father. So, you know what I'm saying? All I'm telling y'all is, you know, we had, like I said, we had a trooper pass. May he rise again, Trooper Yuwanathon. You know what I'm saying? I talked to a couple officers that's done lost people that's close to them, and we need to know how to deal with this the way that the Lord saw fit. Don't act like everything okay when everything ain't okay. You may need counsel. You may need help. You may need the brotherhood to get through that situation. You might. What they've taught you to do is to fake and mask your emotions about it. When it's a natural thing. You see how they said the brother wept for his father, and you know what I'm saying, and he asked for time off and bomb him to go bury him and properly deal with that and give him something honorable. That's how you want to do that for somebody who's honorable. And he said, I'll be back after I do this.
Right.
To come back to get to work. So you have examples in the Bible. I gave you some of them today. Make sure y'all seeking counsel on things, man. Don't act like you a robot. It's okay to have emotions. It is not at all okay to let your emotions dictate your actions. Not as a soldier. Not as a soldier. It's normal and natural to have emotions. Under no circumstance can you let your action. If you let your actions dictate your emotions, you're gonna be in jail, dead. You're gonna be ran away off on your kids. You're gonna sleep with some slut. Whatever you're gonna do is not gonna be of the Lord because your feelings told you to do it.
Right.
You might get in your feelings about anything. There's a certain way you must conduct yourself as men of the Lord, as women of the Lord, not how you feel. So y'all get some counsel on that. You know what I'm saying? There's some heavy times we might be rolling around, and y'all make sure y'all make it y'all practice to speak to your camp leader. You know what I'm saying? To call for help. Call your brothers for help. Don't sit there and act like we ain't all going through something. We need each other. And with that, I pass the class over to priest it off to who is it? Yeshaya? Yeshaya, you got it?
Come on.
That I pass the class over to priest it off to Yeshaya.
Come on. ISUPK security announcements. We, the ISUPK, coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. 6 months, after 6 months, if a brother and sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which a brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, we find it in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10, which means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashera, 10% of any penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department teacher. Priest fund is a free will offering for the priest. It is not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation is the Feast of Hanukkah, the Feast of Dedication. which falls on the 25th day of the 9th month, which is the 25th of December 2024. We will celebrate it for 8 days. If any brother wants to become a trooper in the school, Salaki.
Hey, if I could, yeah, I just want to say on that feast, y'all. I ain't seen a lot of y'all in a minute, right? Let's try to make it down to the school for that feast. Let's do that. The Shock, I know you've been there by yourself. You and Kayal. Hey, did we get the food for the pantry?
Yes, sir. We got it ordered. We ordered it today, so it's going down this weekend.
Most High in Christ, y'all give the brothers a hand for working diligently to get that pantry back. Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. What we gonna do is make sure that all this paperwork and everything we need stays on, and we're gonna we're gonna have to have a nice little feast. I know y'all. It just happens to fall on Esau's holiday, so I don't want to hear nothing about nobody saying I got a slave.
Right.
You ain't got a slave. It's Esau's holiday too.
Right.
They're not gonna let you slave. You know what I'm saying? So let's try to get down to the school. Y'all make plans. Let's get down to the school. This is not a high holy day. It's not mandatory. But I would love to see every last one of y'all brothers. Y'all bring y'all ribs, y'all kids, and let's celebrate the rededication of the temple. Let's see if we can't get something. You know what I'm saying? Need to be spruced up around there. Man, get with the Shock. Let's get with the Shock during the day, like in the morning or something like that. Get down there early and try to fix up some stuff around the school, and make it look great and glorious again. That school, we done fought hard. Brothers done gave they last. You know what I'm saying? We pretty much we got like just a touch. We'll be caught up on all of the stuff that we was behind on. Let's beautify the temple. The Lord gave us this. We ain't in Jerusalem. We don't have a temple. All we got is that school, man. I want to see y'all down there on the 25th at the school. You know what I'm saying? So we can celebrate rededicating the temple. All right.
Come on, sir.
Okay.
Everyone. If anyone wants to be, if any brother wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, I'm going to stay on margin. We're going to set up a courtesy salute to the teacher in the class.
Hey, if you want, you could go ahead and do it. We could go ahead and do the prayer first.
Oh, man. Salaki, I don't got my prayer on me now. God damn it.
In the Shock, you got it, right?
Come. Amadium, which means to stand. Wapanya Hakodam, which means to turn and face the east. Put your phones on mute and repeat after me. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Put your phone on mute and repeat after me. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayat. Shemka. Yahala. Malakata. Daba'a. Ratazaka. Hayat. Aisha. Ba'arataza. Kawa. Hayat. Ba'Shemayim. Nathalanah. Lakan. Ka. Yaron. Wastalak now. Kabawat now. Kasalak now. Kabawat now. Wala'a. Tabi'a now. Balasayawan. Abal. Hamashai now. Mayan. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Amalaka. Waha'ala. Wahatapara. La'ai Walamyam. Ama. In English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Yajamata, which means hands down. Sar, which means to turn.
Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Bashimial Shabrakata, which means Most High, in the name of Slaki, which means in the English, in the name of the Most High and Christ bless you. When they set up a courtesy, when they set up a courtesy salute to the sisters, men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak,
Yahweh
Shema, which means in the English, Most High, watch over you in the name of Christ. Yajimeta, class dismissed.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.